Welcome to Tea
and E
with the T. I'm your host, Teresa.
I'm your co-host, Edwin.
And today we're talking about Disney conspiracy theories.
No more Diddy?
No more Diddy. I used to go to Disney when I was really young. I would go like almost every year. Yeah, I'm spoiled. But I would go every year with my siblings. It was for me the best time I've ever had in my childhood. I got to experience the fireworks. I got to experience the rides, the characters like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck. I had a really good experience at Disney as a child.
Yeah.
As I got older, so there was a few things that I started noticing as I gotten older. It started becoming a little fishy. I don't know if you've noticed, but as a kid, you watch Disney movies. And you're like, oh my God, this is like Lion King. It's like this beautiful thing. It's, as a kid, when you watch it, it's such a memorable thing. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh yeah, I loved Lion King, or I loved Little Mermaid, or I loved...
This sounds like it's going to be a crazy twist.
Well, I mean, yes. There's a lot of things hidden, like your business, right? Your business, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that not a lot of people know, right? Not to say like it's something bad, but there's a lot of things behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know unless you're in the actual position. Disney, there's a lot of things that a lot of people kind of picked up on, like for example, sex scenes in the Disney movies, or like underground worlds at Disney, or like the person that created Disney is frozen, and they're keeping his body to bring him back to life. Yeah. So they say, right? So those are examples of the conspiracy theories of what people have talked about. There's a lot of things behind closed doors that not a lot of people know about. But allegedly, obviously, we're not 100% sure if all of these are true, but we can only, make our guesses and have our opinion on it. So let's get into it. So Disney, I don't know if you know the history of it, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the background of Disney and where it came from and how it all started. So it's basically known as the world of fun. So that's Disney. So we have the movies and the parks. Now, as for the parks, we have a park in Florida, and that one's called Disney World. Okay? That one has Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, etc. There's a bunch of different parks at Disney World in Florida. I've been to all of them, and it's a beautiful experience. I've been to Epcot. I've been to Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom. No, Epcot has always been around.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, but Epcot is more so for adults. So if you go to Epcot now as an adult, you can try all like the drinks around the world. So you go to Mexico and you'll try a drink there. You'll go to Paris and you'll try a drink there. So it's a different experience as you get older. California also has a park. Now this one is Disneyland. This is a little bit smaller, as you can tell in the name. It's Disney World and Disneyland. Disneyland is not as big as Disney World, but it's still like an experience of what Disney is, right? And then you have another one in France, and that one is a Disney World and Walt Disney Studios. So they have two big parks there. Japan also has a Disneyland and also has a Disney Sea. So that one's a little bit different. I actually never heard of Disney Sea until I did my research.
I didn't know about it.
And there's a Disney Sea.
Is it beautiful? It sounds beautiful.
So yeah, so it's really pretty. But I don't know too much of the space. But there is a Disney Sea. Now, China also has two Disneylands. There's one in Shanghai and Hong Kong. Walt Disney was the person that created Disney itself. And then the first movie that they came out with was Snow White. So that was the first movie that came out.
Wow, really?
They
butchered it.
They butchered it? The new one? Yeah, I personally am not a big fan of it.
Is it on Disney Plus already?
Not sure.
Yeah, we should watch it. I haven't watched it.
You want to watch it?
Yeah, I want to see how bad is.
Well, people say it's like the music, the acting. It's just a lot that goes with it. And even the storyline is all different. I love Snow White. I grew up watching Snow White. I grew up watching Cinderella. I watched Cinderella 1, Cinderella 2, Cinderella 3. A lot of people don't know there's more than
I
one
didn't know.
Cinderella. Yeah. My favorite one is Cinderella 4. I think it's 4 or 3. I don't remember. But yeah, so I grew up watching those. But the first Disney movie was Snow White. But like I said, you probably know, the movies like Lion King or Moana or Bambi,
Yeah.
That's probably, those are the one of the biggest
The most
movies.
popular ones.
Yeah. Disney was created by Walt Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
He created this in 1923 and it became this big thing. Who would have known, like, if you created something, who would have known, like, it would have become like this worldwide thing, and it's never gonna go away. It's always gonna be there. So I think that's really cool. I don't know, to think about it,
cool.
When you think of a business, you don't think that it's gonna last this long. You think,
but yeah,
you're hoping, obviously, but then it becomes like this whole like brand, and then everybody's talking about it, and everybody wants to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
Watch other movies, and now there's even a, what is it called? A streaming, what is it called? Platform for it. So it's like crazy to me, that this man had an idea to create Disney,
for all the business gurus, the reason why Disney is so big because they have different streams. So they have Disney merch, they have Disney movies, they have Disney platform, they have Disney World. They have all these different things that feed each other.
Mm-hmm.
So they all feed each other and spread the brand out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a bigger meaning. Like, why do they do what they do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to bring people's imaginations and fantasies to life.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool.
That might be part of the thing, huh? Sounds like it could be twisted.
It's really cool to see. Like, you've never been to Disney, right?
Yeah.
But I would love for you to go one day, because it's really cool to see like your favorite movies come to life. You're going on these rides. Coco. I don't even know if they have a ride of Coco. I'm not sure. Like, seeing Pirates of the Caribbean in person, it's such an experience. Like, when you go to like when you get on the ride. First of all, that's a scary ride. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, it's a scary ride. Only because there's a drop, and it's literally like you don't even expect it.
Really?
Like, you get on this ride, right, and you're on a boat, and then you're seeing all the like characters moving, the animations, stuff like that, and then you go into like the water. So you're now in. Well, obviously you're in water the whole entire time, but now you look like, you see that you are in the ocean or in the sea or something like that. And so you see another boat trying to shoot at you and all this stuff. And then it's just so scary because it's so dark, and you see water everywhere, and then you just see the boat, and you see like these people or animation characters shooting at you. And then all of a sudden you go zoom, you feel this drop, and it's so fast, so you don't even get to like react. Yeah, that's like the scary part. For me, at least. But it's a fun ride. So whenever you get a chance, or whenever we get a chance to go, I would love for you to experience all that.
Right. The only thing is, I'm iffy about roller coasters.
But the thing is that roller coasters, yes, there's a difference between roller coasters and these roller coasters. Like the roller coasters at Six Flags and these roller coasters. The roller coasters at Six Flags is all like turns and down.
Spin.
Yeah, so there's a lot of spinning. And then these roller coasters at Disney World, it's not a lot of spinning. It's more like a show. There's a lot of animations. There are drops. There are some that are kind of like roller coasters, like Six Flags, but it's not very common to the other ones. Like Space Mountain. Space Mountain is my favorite. Now that one has a lot of turns and upside downs and all over the place. But that one's my favorite one, because it seems like you're in space and everything is dark and you just see stars and everything like that, but you're like being thrown around. It's my favorite ride. I like that. So basically, all of it is super fun, super cute, super beautiful. All the kids love it. Like you said, there's a bunch of toys of these movies. There's like what's it called? Roller coasters. There's all kinds of things and anything. There's a lot of things that have to do with Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone knows about Disney. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't know what Disney is. But not everything is what it seems. So, I listed 3 weird theories
Mm-hmm.
about Disney. The very first thing that I want to talk about is Walt Disney's head or body is frozen somewhere. Allegedly. Okay? People say that Walt Disney, his head or his body, I heard his body was frozen under the Disney, I don't know what park, but under some park in Disney. And he was frozen because they wanted to, when later on when we have the technology to bring back someone to life, they were going to do that to him. So because of how like big he was and how powerful he was as a human being because he created Disney, they were thinking like, okay, well, let's save this man and let's freeze him and let's bring him back to life so that he can create more. Now, the only reason that people were saying this was because it was put on, or it was said in a newspaper. So he died in December of 1968. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. He died in December of 1966. So this rumor was spread around in 1967, so a year after he died. So it started in this newspaper. The newspaper was called the National Spotlight. So later in 1969, also another newspaper predicted that he would be thawed out in 1975. So they said, right? Obviously, it wasn't true because he was never thought out. But anyways, so then they stated that they restored his, his body under the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. That's what they say, right? Or that's what they said. And so the rumor started. The rumor started with that. They started to seek the hospital that he died in, and they were like, this reporter was like, oh yeah, like I saw them putting him, because he supposedly like sneaked in to where they have the bodies like frozen and all this stuff. And he was like, yeah, I saw them putting him in this casket or this box, and they froze him or whatever. And yeah, it just seemed all sketchy. So that's what the reporter stated, and that's where they put it on the newspaper, right? There was really no proof of this. The only thing that people were thinking of, or kind of like it was like kind of a proof, was the fact that this person, actually in 1967, they did freeze someone at that time, at the same time that he died.
Yeah.
That Walt Disney died. So they froze someone, and that was the very first person that they froze. It was like the first experiment of this freezing a body, right?
Yeah, freezing technology.
And yeah, so it was around the same time that he died. So a lot of people were thinking, could have been him? Who is it? Like no one really found out who it was, but they ended up like finding out that it wasn't Walt Disney that was frozen.
Really? But somebody was frozen?
But someone was. Cryogenic freezing of a human took place, and it was unsure if it was Walt Disney. Allegedly happened at the same time that he died and a month after passing. So they say that the movie Frozen also is a connection of this. So have you seen the movie Frozen?
Yeah.
So they say, I don't know if you know, but if you would look up before Frozen, before the movie came out, if you would look up Disney Frozen, the first thing you would see, or the first thing that would pop up, was Walt Disney's body frozen. That's the first thing that would pop up before the movie Frozen. Now, that the movie came out in 2014, now if you look up Disney Frozen, it only shows up the movie. It doesn't show up Walt Disney body is frozen. So they say that they created this movie to kind of
Cover it up.
not cover, but like so that people will stop talking about it so much.
Also, it was a well talked about subject till before the
Yes.
day of Frozen.
So it's not that it's not talked about anymore. It's the fact that if you look it up, you cannot find it as easy as you do when you look up Frozen, Disney Frozen, like the movie. Like the movie shows up more than his body being frozen. Does that make sense? Like the search. So people just say that they're probably trying to take away from, like, it's kind of like a distraction from that topic so that people will stop looking, not like looking for it, I guess, or people will stop talking about it so much. Like it's just a distraction from that. But like I said, there's really no proof that he is frozen, and there's nothing that says that he has been frozen or he's been, like, his family is like, look, it's disrespectful that you guys have been saying that our loved one is frozen. He's not. Can we please not talk about that anymore, because he did pass away in a very sad way because he had lung cancer. So it's just a lot of back and forth. A lot of people still believe it still to this day, but I mean, the family didn't come out and state that. One thing that I didn't state and I forgot, but Bob Nelson, so he was the former president of Los Angeles-based Cryogenic Society. He claimed that Disney called him earlier in his sickness to ask about being frozen. So that's what the president of the Cryogenic Society stated. But that's the only evidence that we know of, right? And then that one person that was frozen, but it come to find out, we found out that it wasn't actually him.
It was somebody else.
It was somebody else. So there's just this back and forth thing. I don't know. To me, at first, I honestly believed it because it would have made sense. Like, that would have been something that, somebody that is very smart, business smart, is thinking, okay, I can come back and I can come back stronger. But at the end of the day, if he comes back, he's going to have to learn new things. Like that, back in the days, like in the 60s, it's very different than what it is now, So I don't know. There's just this whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And also, what I was thinking is like the news reporter could have been doing it for publicity.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking too, because the only way that they can get their name out there is if they say a story that makes you like overthink, or like.
And the same thought process could be said about the president of the freezing,
That one, he could, but it's like, why would he say it?
Because if Walt Disney trusted that company enough to be frozen, or at least consider it, then other people, he's gonna bring awareness and publicity to him.
I mean, I guess, but I don't think it was the company itself. I think it's just
or maybe he
society
received funding from somebody to claim that. Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. That could be a good idea. I mean, it'd be sad because his family is over here, like, he's he passed. His family's over here dealing with people being like, oh, he's frozen under the Caribbean, or what is it called? The Caribbean. That's what it's called. The Pirates of the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, or whatever, however you call it. That's another controversial thing. A lot of people be saying Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean. I be saying Pirates of the Caribbean, okay? That's just how I grew up saying it, and that's how I'm going to say it. So, yeah, they say that he's frozen under there, and so, like, people, be saying all these things, and then the family can't get over his passing, So it's a little bit hard to believe that somebody would do that just to get business. it's really sad, you know. But if that's the case, that's horrible.
Yeah.
But
This is a terrible world sometimes.
it's true.
Sometimes, not all the times.
Yeah, but that's the first one. So, do you believe that he's frozen?
To be honest with you, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so either. So,
No,
I think
it
that
doesn't make
that
sense.
was
And
debunked.
also, when you get older, you grow wise, and you're like, well, it's my time. You know, I did what I could. You know, yeah, I'm ready. I
Yeah.
don't think everybody wants to live forever. Maybe Walt Disney's mind was different, you know, but he already had his kids. He already built his business. He helped probably millions. That's it.
Maybe, I don't know, but I think it was debunked from a lot of like things and evidence that I just don't see it being true. Number 2, the prince in Snow White is actually dead. So I don't know if you ever seen the movie Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
No.
So you've never seen it.
Mm-mm.
So do you know the gist of the story?
From what you told me, supposedly that this girl gets cursed, and then the only way she gets uncursed is from a kiss from a prince.
Mm-hmm.
And so this prince comes around, you know, kisses her, and then takes her with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah, so that's basically the story, right? And there's just like this witch that gives her the apple that poisons her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she poisons her, and then that curse.
The deep sleep.
She falls into deep sleep, and the only way she wakes up is with a true love's kiss.
Yeah.
And then this prince comes out of nowhere, doesn't even know her, and sees her in the middle of the woods, and then kisses her, and then she just automatically wakes up. You know, this is true love. For how was that true love? I don't know, but I guess it was like first love.
First love's first true kiss, or
love at first
true
sight.
love's first kiss, right?
I mean, yeah,
The
but
Shrek,
it's like
true love's first kiss.
Yes, but you don't even know the girl.
But still, when you know, you know.
She was asleep.
Woke.
She was asleep though. So how do you even know that you love her? Anyways, it don't matter. So that's the gist of the story, right?
Cause she gotta have money. How she gonna have a whole casket in the middle?
She wasn't in a casket.
That shit look like a casket.
Oh wait, yeah, she wasn't in a casket. I don't even remember now.
Oh shit, was that a casket?
She was either a casket or a table. I don't know what. I don't remember.
Wait, was she in a table? That was her funeral then. If it was a table, he kissed the dead body. What the hell? Sorry.
But my confusion is, how did he know to kiss her and why?
What if she was dead? They kissed the dead body.
Okay.
That has to be a fetish or some shit.
So I'm not sure exactly the gist. Okay, I only watched Snow White like maybe once or twice, and I was like a kid. But that's basically the gist of the story, right?
What the heck?
I don't remember exactly if she was in a casket or if she was on a table, but she was in the middle of the woods, all right?
Yeah.
And all these animals were around her. And he goes up to her and he kisses her and she wakes up. Now, when she wakes up, all the animals go and they're like having a party, basically like celebrating that she's now finally awake, right?
Mm-hmm.
She gets on this horse with the prince, or the prince, it's his horse, and she gets on it and he's just at the bottom holding the horse, like walking it, right? And then they walk into like at the edge of a mountain, and you see this beautiful view, and in the sky you see this like town, but it's made out of clouds, and it looks like you're looking at heaven. So it's really weird. And I never, like I said, whenever you watch movies as a kid, you don't get those things. It doesn't come to you until you get older and you rewatch them. You're like, what the, like, that was in that? Or like, that makes sense.
Dead bodies. Because he himself is dead.
Okay, so yes. So that's why people are thinking that he could possibly be an angel that's coming to save her and take her to heaven. Does that make sense?
The fallen angels did do things with the human.
So you're bringing up The Bible.
Genesis.
So, there's something in the Bible that people believe that this could be true, right? So the reason why I say that is when he comes on this horse to go and get off and kiss her in the middle of the woods, and then she gets on it, and you see the horse, and you get to the edge. They get to the edge of the mountain, and then they see heaven. Now this horse, it's a white horse, and I don't know if you remember, but in the Bible, there's a symbolism of a white horse. Like there's a meaning for it. I don't know if you remember, but there's a few things in the Bible that talks about, or a few times in the Bible that talks about a white horse. So in the Bible, they've referenced the white horse to death. Revelation 19:11.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Through 16.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it states. So I'm going to read it to you.
4 horsemen, huh?
So the rider on a white horse.
Yeah.
So it says, starting at 11, then I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. The one sitting on it is called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he judges and makes war. His eyes are like flame of fire, and on his head are many diadems, and he has a name written that no one knows but himself. And then it continues on, right? And then another part, it says, and the armies of heaven, arrayed in fine linen, white and pure, were following him on white horses. You see the resemblance of like the white horse?
Not of death, though.
What?
I thought you were going to talk about the 4 horsemen.
No. So that's one example, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they say, I guess, like quote unquote death, they kind of resemble death, is because when you go to heaven, you're basically dead, right? You're not alive on this earth.
Yeah.
You're in heaven.
Yeah.
You're living in another world. So that basically shows kind of, it resembles the situation that happened with Snow White. You know how she gets on this white horse? She's kind of resembling this whole situation. She's on this white horse and she's about to go to heaven, or she views heaven, you know? And so it kind of resembles that she died, that she's dead.
It's a far shot, but I understand where they're coming from.
Well, how would you explain it?
It's because, so what they're describing is Jesus. So
Yes.
Jesus is covered in his own blood. That was the forgiveness of sins.
Mm-hmm.
And then also he has these flaming eyes of fire, you know?
Yeah.
So that resembles that it's like they're like really bright, like they're like shining, you know what I mean? It always talks about things like that they blind you, kind of deal. And then like the eyes they burn you, you know, kind of deal. Like I don't know how to describe it too much, but yeah. And then the whole like robe of like all that stuff, like that's purity.
Dipped in blood.
Yeah, no, not that. The linen that they're
Oh,
all
the
dressed
linen.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so all that stuff. Yeah, it's just describing the
Purity, right?
the what would you say? I want to say the throne of God. You know, his majesty, his holiness. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I kind of see that as like Snow White. I feel like they're kind of making her seem that way, as in like this pure girl. So she's never been with anybody. She's this young girl, you know, and then all of a sudden this man comes and saves her and kisses her, and she's now saved. Yes. And so she's this pure girl, and she's brought onto this white horse.
So it's
and
Jesus,
taken to heaven.
Jesus comes down and kisses her. That kind of sounds like blasphemy.
No, I don't think it's Jesus himself that comes down. I think it's an angel that saves her. Now, when you say kisses her, yeah, that sounds weird. But I don't think it's the thought of the kiss. I think it's the thought of saving her life.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's kind of how or what they think that resembles.
Oh, and maybe now she can rest
the
in
white
peace.
horse. Because she's now in heaven.
you know, somebody that died came down and saved her, and now they're going back up.
Mm-hmm.
Because isn't everybody else in white horses?
What you mean?
Did it say like towards the end that everybody else is in white horses?
So it says he
Following
will.
him on white horses. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
maybe
we're
it's one of
following him
those
on white
people. How
horses.
about that? It's one of those people. And they come down and save Snow White and then take her to heaven because she dead already. That witch done killed her.
Yes. So that's the I guess the conspiracy of what people are thinking, or like what the prince is and who he is, and that he's not really alive. He's actually dead, and
Yeah.
he's this angel that came to save her, and now they're going to heaven together.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's the gist of, or
Snow
yeah,
White.
the conspiracy. And what's also crazy is that when she wakes up, you know, the dwarfs are over there saying goodbye to her, and everybody's saying goodbye to her. She kisses the animals, she kisses the dwarves, and it's like, why are you saying goodbye? Like, you just woke up and now you're leaving with the prince? Like, it obviously sees or shows. Oh, and then also what I thought of is like animals can see spirits. Animals can see, you know, those type of things like the afterlife. So, well, at least I'm not 100% sure, but that's what people say, right?
Yeah.
So these animals see this going on, and they're saying goodbye to her. So it's like, it would make sense if that was true, you know, that if the prince is actually dead, and now Snow White actually died. She never was saved. She was just actually
dead.
She's actually dead, and then she was just brought to heaven
Yeah.
by an angel, which is the prince, and brings her on this white horse and takes her to heaven.
Dang.
I'll show you the clip, but it's literally so cool because you just look at the sky and you just see like it looks like heaven. It literally looks like heaven.
I literally saw that today.
You saw the picture?
No.
The video?
No.
What?
I saw a sky that was so beautiful and it looked like heaven.
You did? You should have took a picture of it.
I did. I took a video.
You did? Good. But no, like the thing is that with this guy, it's like you see a whole town. It looks like a whole. It just looks like a whole town, and the whole big
like
castle
heaven,
and everything.
basically.
Huh?
Like heaven.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, it's never confirmed whether this is true or not. Like by the Disney, the makers, it was never confirmed. But I honestly think it's true. That one, I believe. What do you think?
It sounds very believable because, like, why would they have a kingdom in the skies?
Yeah, I believe it. That one, yes. Okay, third one. Now, this one has to do with the haunted house in the park. So there's a haunted house at Disney, in the Disney parks. This one you might not. This one you might not know too much about, only because you never really experienced or have gotten to go to Disney. But there's this ride called the Haunted Mansion. I said haunted house, but it's called the Haunted Mansion. And it's in, I think, all Disney parks. But I've been to it. I've been to one of the Haunted Mansions. Mm-hmm. And allegedly, the staff members, they would hear many things and many voices when they were alone. And there was doors closing, etc. Right? So they say. So one story that one of the staff members talked about, in the Haunted Mansion, there's a security footage that shows this quote-unquote ghost walking around outside the building. Now, I saw this video. I saw the security footage. It does look like a figure moving around and walking out. But I don't know. You know, a lot of people can put, like, let's say they have a clip of the outside, right? And then they could put another video on top of that and blur it and make it look like it's a ghost, but it's actually a real person walking around. So this is the reason why I say that is because I watched another video that kind of described the situation and was debunking the fact that it was actually a ghost. Which things like that they can do. Does that make sense? So it's a possibility that it was actually edited to look like that.
Yeah.
But when you look at the security footage, they did a really good job because it kind of looks like a ghost. It kind of looks like a figure. It looks like like an outline. It doesn't look like a human. Not that it looks like human, but it doesn't look too much like a person. It just looks like a figure, and it's walking around. Yeah. So outside of the building, outside of the haunted mansion. So I don't know. That one's it was debunked, but I couldn't say if it was true or not.
I think that might be marketing as well.
Could be.
It's a haunted house, you know. People are gonna come because they want to see if it's haunted.
Exactly.
You're gonna get more people trying to come in, you know.
Exactly. So that's why. I mean, it could be. I'm not sure. I couldn't say yes or no, but it was debunked, and it's a haunted house. So obviously, people want to scare other people. So, I mean, it could be not true.
Yeah.
So.
I think that one's not true.
So that's story number 1. Story number 2, there are supposedly ghosts that jump in rides on empty seats and sit next to you. So supposedly, if you're riding on this ride by yourself, they're allegedly ghosts that like to ride the rides with you if you're by yourself. They'll sit next to you, and the security cameras will catch them sitting next to you. Now, it does look like if a figure, like the other one, is sitting next to you. Like it looks like, so what it was is this man is sitting in his seat, right? And he has an empty seat next to him. And all you see is this figure, like kind of moving, and then like it sits down in the seat. And then the ride starts, and then it goes with. So there was another video that I saw.
What about the man? Did he say there was somebody next to him?
No, I mean, there was nobody next to him. So they stated, another video kind of debunked it, stating that it could be the same thing that happened in the last one, where they kind of put one video and put another video on top of the other of a person that actually rode the ride in that seat, and then by itself, and then blurred it out to like if it was a figure, like blurred it to enough to where you could still see it, but you can't see it as much. And then, it rode the ride. It looked like a ghost. I don't know. Like I said, I can't say yes or no, but it does look like a figure did get on the ride and sat next to him. Like it appeared out of nowhere. What do you think about that one?
I don't know why that one I think is like true, and people might think like there's somebody actually next to them. So it's just video footage that they see.
What's it called? Security cameras. The security footage is what they. It's the security footage of Disney World or the Disney parks.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. So I don't know about that one. This one creeps me out because this one actually kind of looks real. So there's a video of this family. They kind of pan over to a statue. So they're recording the family, and it's in front of the Disney, and they pan to the, so they move the camera to this statue, and right before they get to the statue, you see a figure standing there, just randomly. This one, to me, looked real. I was not sure about the other two, but this one was a little scary. That one looked real.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Yeah. That one creeped me out. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that does look real. Yeah.
You know what's terrible? Guys, you don't know this, but it's nighttime,
Oh.
and we not gonna be able to sleep.
I
God, why
think
you
about
telling
that.
me these things?
No,
Why'd you say this for last?
I don't know why. I could
I'm
have
over
done.
here thinking that I'm gonna see something over there, or a
I
freaking camera's gonna
bet,
pop out over
man.
here.
I'm not even thinking that. I'm just telling the story. Okay.
Get like what you think I'm thinking.
Okay. We can watch a funny movie after.
Okay.
But anyways, so yeah, so that one to me looked a little bit real. The video, I saw the video, and yeah, it to me looked a little bit off, but it was never debunked. It was never told or said that it wasn't true or not. But that was a little bit crazy. That was crazy. Now there's another one. Oh, this one was also crazy.
Otra, no, hombre.
So there's a video of the fireworks show. So at the end, when they're about to close Disney, there is this fireworks show. And, you see all the fireworks, blah, blah, blah. And right above, so it's right above the Cinderella castle is where you see the fireworks.
Yeah.
So they're looking at the fireworks, and all of a sudden, they see a man appear at the top of the castle, and then all of a sudden he vanishes. So people state, oh, it could have been a worker, like, he was probably he got up there or whatever, but it's like, how did he was there, and then all of a sudden he's gone. Like, he vanishes. Like, you could see it. And then you can't see the person, you can only see the outline. Does that make sense? So it did seem a little bit odd. That one was a little bit creepy. That one I did think also that it could possibly be real, but I don't know. It looked crazy to me when I saw it, because it does look like the man just disappeared out of nowhere.
What if they're hiding a guy that looks like the Beauty and the Beast, and that's where that movie came from?
Huh?
The guy from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
What if they're hiding somebody like that?
What made you connect those two?
Because Beauty and the Beast, he's on the tower. And he's hiding.
Oh, no, but he's outside.
Yeah, but the Beast sometimes goes outside. Oh, what a world it would be. I don't know what the song is, but
Yeah. I don't know the song, but yeah, I know you're talking about. I don't know.
It's been
I
a
didn't
while
even
since
think
I
about that.
watched it.
But why would they be hiding a person?
Because he looks like a beast.
And how can he get there?
He's Chewbacca's and Bigfoot's cousin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's all these conspiracies too. Where it's like Tarzan and like I think
they're real?
Huh?
That they're real?
No, not that they're real.
They're related?
That they're related to each other. Like, I don't know, like the girl from Tangled is related to Tarzan and all this stuff. Like, it's they say that they're siblings or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, so there's a lot of conspiracies like that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't know about that one. I don't think that they would be hiding a guy that looks like the Beast, and then he just came out, and then. But how would you explain the vanishing?
He's fast.
No, baby. No. I don't know.
He's a ghost.
I think it could possibly. I don't know, because to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits. I believe in spirits, but I do not believe in ghosts. I think ghosts are it's just kind of this made up word to kind of simplify what spirits are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, or visualize what spirits are.
Yeah.
Or
and
demons.
Also, ghosts are viewed as like this scary thing. Like, what to me is like, that's kind of why people say or have brought up ghosts. Like, if you say, oh, there's a ghost, people are going to get automatically scared. But if you're like, oh, there's a spirit, it doesn't scare you as much, I guess it kind of simplifies.
Oh!
It's because it's 11. Alexa, turn on lights. What was I saying? Are you scared?
That spirits isn't as bad as.
Yeah, so I think it's just like a simplified.
You're gonna keep that in the video, aren't
I
you?
am. So I don't know. That's my thought process of ghost, right? But that's the 4 stories of like hauntings
Ghost.
of Disney of the Disney parks at the Disney parks. I'm sorry. So I didn't know that there was this many, but there's a lot more. Not just of the hauntings, but like in general conspiracies of Disney. Like I said, there's like movies. So I didn't write this one down, but there's like this thing where like in the movie of Lion King and the sky when what's his
Mufasa.
Mufasa is looking at the sky, he sees like clouds, but the clouds spell sex. No, Bebe, it does look like that. It looks like, I'll show you in a bit, but it looks like that. And so a lot of things like that have been talked about in the movies, and like the characters doing weird things to each other, like inappropriately. And they have that like in the back, like it's not like in the front where you know it's noticeable, but it's more of like hidden, you know. And as a kid, you don't really notice those things. As you get older, you're like, what the heck? They got that in the kid movie? Yeah, it's just
I think that's a little bit of
bit
content for the parents. So the parents can enjoy the movie.
No, but me as a
But
parent, I'll be like, we're not watching this. As for my kids.
me as a parent, guess what we watching? Guess we watching?
No, baby.
Coco.
No, Coco.
We're watching Coco.
But yeah, so there's a lot of secrets that comes with Disney, and then, well, allegedly, right?
Yeah.
And just a lot of conspiracies that a lot of people have made up and kind of came up with. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. I like to talk about Disney because of all the conspiracy theories that people have talked about and their opinions on certain things. So I don't know. That's the stories of Disney, the conspiracies. What do you think?
I think a lot of it is marketing. A lot of things, I don't know.
You just think so negatively.
No, it's because like I'm like, I don't think so. Like I've never seen nothing.
But it's their opinion.
I don't want to. I don't want to see.
We're not only talking about haunted stuff.
Oh, well,
that's the last
Stuff.
part.
Yeah,
yes, that.
Well, the freezing part, I think it could be possible, but like I said, I think the whole wisdom thing.
Or what about the movies? Well, the movies that.
Oh no, the movie one, maybe. Yeah, that one maybe. Yeah.
I gotta show you the Lion King one. There's a lot of ones that I didn't include that are really weird, but maybe we'll do a part 2 of Disney conspiracies. But yeah, there's a lot. A lot that comes with it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Leave a like, comment what you think, comment if you think they're conspiracies, if they're marketing scandals, or if they're just coincidences. Share it with somebody that you might think that might love to watch this kind of videos. Follow and hit the bell notifications to get alerted when we post new videos.
And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.